Now, we talked last year about, this year about reordering. Reordering means that you are changing the way you are focused or centered into external things around you. Gravity, polarity, duality, electromagnetics, regular magnetics, light and energy being the primary ones. You are connected into all of these things. You've made the choice to get connected into them because those connections with those primary elements allow you to have an experience in the physical reality. They've kept you in this kind of a hologram. They've kept you focused, but they've also kept you limited, part of the life design. So this last year was about saying you're going to allow yourself to reorient into these various conditions. Why? Because they were changing anyway. Why? Because your consciousness is changing. So it was basically you allowing yourself to readjust into magnetics, gravity, energy, light, earth, air, water, all these things. Ultimately, it had an effect on your DNA. DNA is not what it was a year ago. Tobias asked a number of years ago, somebody to go to be a human guinea pig and get their DNA tested, and then 10 years later get it tested again. Unfortunately, I don't think anybody did. But if you had, even if you had a year ago had your DNA analyzed, had it reanalyzed, it would be markedly different. Be different than what it is right now. It's happening, not to many humans, but it's happening because you're allowing it to. Now, in the reordering process, you change the way you're focused into or adjusted on things. It's like taking a beam of light and changing the focus, the intensity, the amount of energy needed to drive that light, where the light hits, how big the light hits. So you've changed your focus or your orientation. You did it with actually a minimal amount of what you would call side effect. Getting ill, going crazy, having things happen to your body, rashes and other ailments. Many of you have gone to the doctor with the old "what's wrong with me" ticket. The doctor said, "We can't find anything. We can't find anything." Or they just thought, "Yeah, we'll give them something here. Here's some medications for you." What's up here? I thought that was good. There's nothing wrong with you physically. So you've gone through a lot of changes, gotten through it pretty gracefully. Now we go to the next level this next year. You have what are called reality anchors. Boom. Reality anchors. These are coming from the inside, not the outside. Last year was the outside, but these are your reality anchors. You have tens, thousands, who knows, millions of reality anchors. Your five senses are a big part of the reality anchor. You have a certain way of looking at things, hearing things, smelling things, touching, tasting things. These are all anchors that put you, I'm going to draw a picture now, thank you. These are all, thank you. So, these are all ways for you to anchor your reality, yourself. It keeps you in what you would call a focus. It keeps you in a dimension. It allows you to stay kind of in here with only slight shifting back and forth. And I'm done, dear Linda. These reality anchors are the way your furniture is arranged in your room. It's not feng shui, it's a reality anchor. You know you put it there, or it was put there for you. Whether you think about it every day, there's a certain pattern or organization to all these things. As you're going through building the new place, you're saying, well, let's put the chair here and the bookcase here. These become reality anchors. And while they seem insignificant, actually they're not at all. Because if somebody walks in and moves that chair about 1 inch, You may not notice it right away with your eyes or in your mind, but there's going to be an uneasy sense in that room. What's wrong with this room? I need to sage, or I need to call in a feng shui expert. No, it was your anchor got shifted off a little bit. You anchor with things like your vehicle, your car. Sometimes sad to give up an old car, get a new one. It was an anchor. Now, you quickly adapt that new anchor into your life. Your emotions are a huge reality anchor. Your emotions, your anger, your happiness, your laughter, your imbalances. Your imbalances, believe it or not, even though they sound imbalanced, are very balanced. They're anchored exactly where you put them. The imbalanced emotions aren't wobbling and wavering and all what you would call imbalance. They're very stuck. They're pillars that you call imbalance. But they're there. They're anchors. Your earlier life experience are anchors. Your schools that you went to, the teachers, all of these are ways of perceiving reality. All of these are ways are staying in that perception of reality. Humans don't like to move those anchors. But dear Shambra, what do pirates think about anchors on their boats? Arg! Anchors are for sissies, a good pirate would say. Anchors are for those who don't want to go anywhere, a good pirate would say. So this next year is going to be about releasing the reality anchor. Instead of replacing it with, thank you, instead of replacing it with another anchor, something that's going to keep you held down, it's going to be replaced with a sensor. Think in terms of digital computers or whatever. A sensing mechanism, you could say almost like a sensing arm, that goes out. But always shifting. An anchor grabs on to the earth and holds on for dear life, while everything tries to shift it, the waters, the wind, everything else. These sensors, the reality sensors, actually are going to be probes for you. They're going to sense the environment, your situation, your reality. They're going to provide you with feedback, but not up through here. It's going to be in here, feeling feedback, sensory feedback about different potentials. Your reality sensors are going to replace the eyes in many ways. They're going to replace the eyes and some of your other physical senses, or let's say be in addition to. They're going to sense different things that may attract you, experiences. They'll also give you warning, heads up about certain things you're not going to want to encounter. Your reality sensors are going to be co-managed by you and your wisdom, you and your soul. Wisdom is coming in right now. It wants to play. It wants something to do. So it's going to be part of creating these reality sensors. One of the biggest symbols you're going to notice for this year is your hand, because that's going to be the simple symbol reminder of the reality sensors. You're going to start getting some nice, wonderful heat sensations and nice tingling, positive tingling, not numb tingling, positive tingling in your hands. These are going to be symbolic of your reality sensors. These are not the reality sensors, but they're going to remind you at all times. We're taking away the anchors, the reality anchors. You even had reality anchors into potentials, into tomorrow. You throw them out there, you plant them there, and say, this is the potential that we're going to experience. Whew, blow that one away. Next year, and from henceforth, is going to be different, because you were choosing potentials based on the past, based on what's come up until now. Limiting yourself, thinking, when I say, for instance, what's your next lifetime going to be like? And you go, oh, not again. Well, hold it. Take that reality anchor away. That anchor was physical body, limitations, crap from other people. So you eliminate that and you put out your reality sensor instead. Sensing what could life be without anchoring into things like science or math or anything else. In other words, imagining what could life be? Could you be on New Earth, frolicking on a cloud? Could you be here on Earth, full-time, part-time, anytime? It can be anything. So these sensors go out. But these need to start coming away. Time to pull them up. Time to set sail into the changes that are coming around next year. We're going to talk more about reality anchors throughout the year. I'm going to remind you when you've got them planted. I'm going to remind you that even when you tell me that they're gone, I can still see when you're hiding them in the back room, in the closet. Why? Because they're comfortable. Because they're familiar. Because you know when a storm comes up, that you know you can find a safe harbor. You can set that anchor down. But, dear Shambra, what do they tell you when a hurricane's coming up and you got a boat at the dock? What do they tell you? To throw a few more anchors out? No, to head into the storm. And that's where we're going to go next year, heading into the storm. Why not? Why not?